And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainments with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of The Penguin, episode 4. So, where we left up in The Penguin was a pretty awesome cliffhanger where Sofia Falcone and Penguin, they're trying to sell this new drug that Sofia has come up with, as she kind of discovered while she was locked up in Arkham. They're trying to sell it to the Chinese cartel, trying to get that, that drug rolling. Of course, some of the, Vermoni family shows up and tries to cause trouble. Penguin escapes, and, him and the boy that he hangs out with, those two, they both, dip, leaving poor Sofia alone. She's, kind of injured in the head a little bit, and now we start getting the flashbacks. The flashbacks of her and her father and her whole family before she went into Arkham. And we get to see Carmine Falcone, played by Mark Strong this time. Obviously, the other actor from the Batman, he's been replaced. Why? I really don't know. Maybe he's supposed to be younger. I'm not 100% sure, but okay. So it really tells the story of Sofia Falcone, how she, she was just the daughter of Carmine Falcone. Very luxurious, beautiful woman. She witnesses a tragedy. Oh, by the way, before I even start talking about it, spoilers. I keep forgetting to mention spoilers. I'm going to spoil this whole thing. So if you have not seen Penguin, what are you waiting for? Go watch it, come back, and then we can discuss. So you've been warned. So Sofia, she witnesses a tragedy in her young life. She sees her mother get killed. Now, she doesn't really see the killing. She does see her mother hanging from her bedroom. Father tries to comfort her, and Sofia grows up. Her father starts thinking, yeah, that's going to be psychological damage to her, now that she's older, but he tries his best to take care of her. He thinks his son is kind of like a loose end, so all he cares about is women and partying and all that stuff. But Sofia is his bread and butter, and that's his princess. That's his little girl. So something happens where we get, for the first time, I'm pretty sure this is the first time we get to see this character on any medium of Batman. We get to see Summer Gleason. Now, if you don't know who that is, for some of you who do know who she is, we all know and love her. She's our favorite reporter from the Batman the Animated Series. Now, I believe she was created in the Batman the Animated Series. Not 100% sure, but I grew up watching Summer in the Batman Animated Series. She is the Gotham City Lois Lane, if you will. She's always the #1 news anchor girl, talking about the news and all that stuff about Arkham and everybody. From Bruce Wayne all the way to anybody you could think of. She's always on the scene. She's the #1 reporter in Gotham. So I think this was the first time we get to see her live action for the first time. So I thought that was really, really cool. So she starts talking to Sofia like, hey, listen, girls kind of show up at the Iceberg Lounge, kind of disappear. You know anything about that? Trying to get a story out of her. Now, this takes us back to what Selina Kyle was doing in the Batman, looking for some girls as well. Because remember, in the Batman movie, some girls go into the Iceberg Lounge, either they get jobs or they go to the club or something, and they mysteriously disappear. Not a trace in the world, especially Selina's, I guess, roommate / friend, who went into Penguin, the Iceberg Lounge, and kind of disappeared. Then we find out later she ended up being dead. Now, nobody knows what's going on. Cops don't know what's going on. We don't, a lot of people don't know exactly. But there's some news there about it. So Summer's just trying to grill Sofia about how to, asking information. And, Sofia doesn't want to comment on it because her father always says, don't talk to the press about anything about family business. We get to see Penguin in the flashbacks as well. He was Sofia's driver. He was just the driver, kind of like in Gotham, the TV show, where Penguin was just Fish Mooney's umbrella boy, kind of like that. So, he made sure Sofia got home safely, go to parties safely, watched over her, and that was his job. He got to keep quiet, do his job. And even he kind of stepped out of line in this episode, talking about how, oh yeah, Sofia, you really shouldn't be talking to the press. And she's like, hey, don't mind your business. Let me do what I got to do. Of course, he goes to Daddy, and then, of course, Daddy's got to fix the problem. Well, your father's a mob boss. What do you think he's going to do? He could have the reporter whacked, pay them off to keep quiet, leave the daughter alone. Nope, he decides to just literally. I'm sorry to laugh about this because it's so weird and funny at the same time. He literally decides, it's like, you know what, baby, it's okay. You don't have to worry about the press. I'll take care of them. Like a father should, especially a mob father. He will be like, don't worry, baby, I'll take care of this. If they got dirt on you, I'll take care of you. Nope. He decides, you know what? Let's lock up Sophia. Let's blame her for all those women's deaths. And then poor Sophia gets, out of nowhere, gets locked up in Arkham. I mean, they literally embarrass her. They're like, hey, listen. Even her lawyer calls and like, listen, we got to put you in a psych ward for like 6 months just to see if you're capable of going to trial. Because everybody thinks, oh yeah, because you saw your mother die, you're kind of crazy. So and that's probably why you're killing all these women. And Sophia's like, what the heck are you talking about? I don't know what the heck is going on. And then you see her just get dragged to Arkham. They literally rip the clothes off her back. She's just all glamorous and beautiful. Rip the clothes off her back, put her to shame, clean her up, put her in the Arkham robes and stuff, and lock her up in Arkham for 6 months. And look, I'm not sure 100% sure the actress name, and I apologize. She was fantastic in this. She's been fantastic so far, but I think this is the episode that really, I'm now a fan of hers. I don't want to see her do more things outside of this show because she's fantastic in this episode. Like, really fantastic. And like, listen, if we have a new Emmys right now for this year for her, give it to her. Just give it to her now. Don't even bother. There's nobody else is going to beat her in this show. But man, she goes through it. She's locked up in Arkham. She's still kind of confused of why she's even there in the first place. I mean, literally, she didn't do anything. Her father's like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Find out Summer Gleason ends up being dead. And then he plans all the murders on Sophia. And that's how she ends up becoming the hangman person, I guess. And you just see Sophia just go through this rabbit hole of being in Arkham. And then she ends up kind of making a friend a little bit. She meets Magpie, which is another Batman villain. At first, I swear, I thought they were going to bring in Harley Quinn. Because she kind of sounded like, Harley Quinn with this squeaky voice. It was Magpie. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But man, poor Sophia. She really got locked up. And I kind of felt bad for her. But then as you watching this episode, you like thinking, I think Carmine Falcone either did, there's two theories I have for this episode. Theory number one, I'm going to give you my first theory about this. He did this on purpose. He did this because he wants Sophia to be like him, ruthless, psycho, and crazy kind of a person. Because who else will lock up their own daughter in a prison just to make a point, or even cover up a crime? You got to be sadistic in the head to think that kind of stuff. So he either did that to train her, so that way if anything happens to him, he knows, oh yeah, the family business is in good hands with her. Because he would know, even if he's up there, down there, whatever, he would know, oh yeah, she'll handle business the right way, not like the other family members who are kind of like backing Carmine, like, oh yeah, she has some psychological problems, we really should lock her up, we're her family, we love her, we want her to get help. That's all bull. So there's that. And then of course the second option is the fact that he planted this so well, she wasn't really in Arkham. I have a feeling, and I could be totally wrong about here, because there's a scene here that she's kind of like delusional, and she's like, thinking something outside, of Arkham. She feels like she's not really in Arkham, but I'm starting to think that actually was real. I think she wasn't really locked up in Arkham at all. Oh yeah, sure, it may look like it's Arkham, it may look like she may have the uniform, sure. I think she wasn't really locked up in Arkham. Her father has so much pull in Gotham, he can totally make a fake facility, get the Gotham robes that he needs, get fake guards, get fake prisoners, just to convince Sophia, yeah, you are crazy, you are in Arkham, just to test her, just so she could be ready. That way, when she gets out of Arkham, she'd be ready to take over the family business if anything happens to Carmine, or even be his second in command, Her brother doesn't really care. All he cares about is money, girls, women, all that good stuff, hanging out. Even in the the first episode of the Penguin of this show, you see he doesn't really know what he was doing with the business, and that's why Penguin killed him, because he knew he wasn't going to take the business seriously. But they created Sophia out of either accidental or purposely, so that way she can be ready to take over Gotham. Because we all know, if you've seen the Gotham TV show from Fox, you've seen anything with, Sophia Falcone. Sophia Falcone is very sadistic and crazy in her own right. And who better to fight a crazy, sadistic mob boss than Oswald Cobblepot? Especially somebody who really wants to be the boss. You have two rival bosses going after each other. Only one's going to come out on top. If Sophia was still delicate, beautiful, not a care in the world kind of woman, she would get eaten alive by Oswald, and I think Oswald, or Penguin, he would probably feel, yeah, I won Gotham easily, but inside he would be like, man, kind of wish I had competition to really make me feel I should be the boss. But if Sophia is a psycho nutcase and she has the Iron Throne, best way to take out the competition, by having a good opponent. You know what I mean? If you're playing chess with somebody, you want to make sure that person knows how to play chess. That way you can prove that you're better at chess than them. And that's exactly what I think they did in this episode. I think they really broke Sophia. They really tested her to see if she was strong enough to be able to be a leader. And this episode proves, oh yeah, she can totally lead the family. And then we get back to another flashback of her with her family after she gets out of prison or wherever she was. I still think she wasn't really locked up in Arkham. But anyway, she goes to her family. She starts whacking off all of them. She has a little niece. She leaves her niece alone. She whacks off everybody. And she does it in a calculated way. She does it in a sadistic way and dressed beautifully too, because she's wearing like a gown. Worked pretty well. She looks good in yellow, so there's that. So I'm telling you, I think they did a really good job with this episode. I mean, I could be way off base with this episode, but I think they did this on purpose to make sure that she was ready to take over the family business the right way. Now that Carmine's dead, he's probably thinking, obviously he's dead, but he's probably, if he was still alive, he'd be like, I'm proud of my daughter. She's ready to lead the family. Because he's not going to leave it to anybody else. His son's an idiot, so there's that. That's why he got killed so quickly. But Sophia, inside Sophia, besides underneath that whole pretty face that she has, there's a maniac in there. So yeah, and the actress did a fantastic job with this episode. I really, really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see more. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Are you guys looking forward to seeing this episode? Already saw it. What do you think of it? Is it your favorite? Are you looking forward to seeing what happens next? We didn't get enough Oswald, we didn't get enough Penguin in this episode, but it was worth it. Sophia was so good in this episode. Oh my God, I gotta see more. Can't wait. So leave me a comment below. Let me know. Thank you very much and have a good night.